Hello traders, Pecanzington from Gold Medal Penny Stocks here today, and I want to talk to you about the stock chart for TUCN, Touch IT Technologies Incorporated, which is an OTC markets traded stock. So the first thing I want to point out here is the RSI. You'll notice that I circled the 14-period RSI right here. It's currently sitting at 42.67. This is just below the buy zone, which is anything between 50 to 70 is what most traders consider to be a good area to buy in. So you can see there's a ton of room for this stock to run up before it hits the overbought category and could find a ceiling. So there's a ton of room to run up before it hits that. The next thing I want to point out is that the 5-period RSI is currently sitting at 20.46, which goes decently deep into the oversold category. So we could see a bounce out of that. And that 5-period RSI is a lot more volatile than the 14-period RSI. So with one single day of solid buying, we could see that cross over the 14-period RSI, which is also another construed buy signal. And for a lot of penny stock traders, and that would be incredibly bullish and would probably carry in a lot of technical traders. The next thing I want to point out here is that our support and resistance lines. So recently you can see that we found a quasi support level around about a cent. So just to draw that out here for you, it's right there. We found support at a cent. We've also found a tiny bit of resistance around where the parsar is at, which is just about 1.88 cents right here. So I'm just going to draw that out for you quickly too, right there. And that's been a proven resistance level, and we're currently sitting just below it at 1.75 cent. So a clear break of that could be huge for breaking out of this channel and having a huge breakout, as most stocks that trade in a channel actually break out in a big way out of those channels. The next thing to point out really quickly here is that the Bollinger Bands have been sitting within the Keltner channels throughout this consolidation period, which generally means that it's a huge extreme consolidation period, and a breakout of it's going to be really big. It's going to be a monster breakout. So you can see the Keltner channels here are these brown lines, and you can see that the Bollinger Bands have symmetrically pinched within those Keltner channels. So what's going to happen here is when some volatility comes and pushes those Bollinger Bands back out, the Bollinger Bands are these blue ones. If you can't see, I'm just going to circle kind of this area and this bottom area here. So basically when some volatility comes and knocks those Bollinger Bands right outside of those Keltner channels again, it's going to be what's called a pincher play, and it's going to be extremely explosive, as at least they mostly are. So that's something we want to keep our eyes on here for a channel break, and to just kind of watch for those Bollinger Bands to expand outside of those Keltner channels again. It's extremely bullish, and it's going to be a big move when that happens. So another thing I want to point out quickly is that our MACD signal line is just about to cross over. We're about to look pretty bullish there, looking to curl up here. We had a little rounded top on this MACD, but it's going to quickly, it's kind of flattened out, and it should quickly kind of turn back up again to continue an uptrend instead of going down, especially with increased buying. Another thing worth pointing out here is that the CMF has actually recently kind of rounded out in the bottom here. It's coming down, and it's kind of starting to curl back up. So we're seeing some retail accumulation here. Some shares are definitely being bought by retail traders, which is a huge sign for the stock moving. Another thing that I want to point out is that the RSI has been pretty consistently within the overbought category, and it can stay there for a few days. These are some pretty big periods of time that it's actually spent in the overbought category, as you can see right here and right here. And we're kind of coming down in the Williams %R, which is another short-term momentum indicator, but I actually expect this to go back up and stay within the overbought category, which is extremely bullish for that signal. Another thing I want to point out here is the ROC. It's currently in a very volatile area. Any big buying could quickly send this up in a spike, which is a very bullish sign. Once that breaks out of this volatility area into a full-blown bullish trend, that's something we want to keep our eyes on. And again, our tricks here has stopped its downtrend as well, and is flattened out, and is easily just about to start going up bullishly and cross over. I had one more thing I wanted to point out on this chart quickly, which is that in recent times here we're seeing lower lows with the price per share, but at the same time with the MACD, even here we're still seeing kind of the low lows. The MACD is actually kind of trending up from this point. So that's what we call a bullish divergence on the MACD, and again, it's a very bullish signal that the bulls are moving in, and we're about to see some very strong long friendly momentum. So that's my analysis of the TUCN chart. I'm really watching this one tomorrow, and I expect it to be a big play, definitely going to pop up on some people's radars. So I'm not a registered financial advisor or broker, so watch this video for entertainment purposes only, and do not base a buy or sell decision on what I said. Thanks and good luck.